Hey YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another video, and today we have a ton of controversy going on with Mikey Williams, especially in his future and where he's going to go. Now, there's been a lot of news, and a lot of people always wonder, of course, with the increase of popularity with things like high school basketball and certain players really being celebrities nowadays, people always wonder, man, where are they going to go? How are they going to get their money? Are they going to just pursue the bread? Are they going to try to get their education, maybe go to college? But the decisions and the options and opportunities that they have presented to them are really unlimited at this point. Of course, you can go places like college, which is the traditional route, or other places such as the NBA G League. You go overseas, the Overtime Elite League. There's a ton of different routes you could go. But man, some news about Mikey Williams has just dropped, and I honestly am shocked with this. And we have some very interesting insight as to where he will be going in the future. Now, if you like these type of videos, man, make sure you give me a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, Mikey Williams had actually put out a tweet, and he retweeted this tweet by Jeff Goodman stating this: just talked to Mikey Williams for a while after game tonight. Extremely impressed. Said that as of right now, his plan is to go the college route. And you guys know Mikey had actually stated that he was interested in going to HBCU previously, but opened up his recruitment, and really a lot of people are very excited to see where this dude is going. Whenever we see these young dudes that really are super popular, have a ton of clout and a ton of talent to their game, we always wonder where he's gonna go. But man, a ton of people were actually aggravated by what Mikey Williams said and why he's deciding that he's interested in going to college. And let's read this. Poor choice. Whatever 6-7 figure pro deal someone is going to give him, he needs to take. He's 6'1", and what he's doing now ain't going to be that easy in college. College isn't going anywhere. Now, that's a really interesting take in my opinion, because of course, you guys know him being 6'1" is not the worst thing in the world, but definitely getting to the NBA, I think that can be tough, being that shorter height. Of course, you have to be really talented. It's definitely not the norm to be that short of a player and really be able to hold your own in the NBA. You do have a few guys that can really do it, but the majority of players, it's definitely the exception to the rule. Now, I think the first problem with this is that they're saying Mikey Williams is around 6'1". I definitely think, in my opinion, this dude has grown and is standing at about 6'3", in my opinion. Of course, the height may be a factor here with his hair, so it may be skewed, but in this case, I think this dude is about 6'3", which makes him pretty solid to play at the next level. Now, I think college is a great opportunity now, and of course, Mikey signing that deal with that company that he actually made and is supposed to make about $1 million or even more than $1 million with that company is really interesting, and I think we're going to see it now and now more often, especially with somebody like bronny James, who I think is the most logical person next up to sign one of these types of deals. Now, of course, his father does have money, but Bronny, of course, has interest in a lot of different areas besides basketball. And I think even with FaZe, he may end up signing something there to where he's getting some type of bread, because for sure, they're making a ton of money in FaZe, and definitely Bronny's got to eat if he's playing a part of that role. But I'm very interested and curious, what do you guys think about this move? Honestly, I think it's great for Mikey Williams that he is deciding to go to college, and I think a lot of these alternative routes are really less attractive. Now, the one thing that's really interesting about this rule right now, and especially the NIL, is not all places can actually make money off of their name like this. There are certain states that it's still not allowing them to actually make money off of their name, which people are finding that super unfair. And especially think about if someone in another state is able to make millions of dollars while you're the exact same skill level as them and still cannot make money off of your name, and specifically in high school or even in college. I think that's huge, and it's definitely unfair to the players who put all the time and work in and are still not able to have their own name. It's kind of ridiculous in my opinion, but shows that something is going to change. I think there's going to be more rules with this coming into effect where all the states are going to have this equality here where they all can make this type of bread. Now, the one thing I will say about situations like this is, of course, and especially with rankings and highly recruited players, man, we never know how they're going to play in the future. You've seen it time and time again where you have a ton of highly recruited players, people who get buckets and are super talented in high school basketball, not be able to take their game and really transition to the next level. That could be a number of factors, of course. Maybe if you're not playing against some of the best competition, or you just have it a little bit easier in high school, or maybe your game is just more suited for that high school level. Whereas when people transition to things like college, and especially especially the NBA, man, you're playing against a lot more talented players, people from all over, and there's going to be a ton of competition. It's going to be hard for you to transition. Some guys make it easier than others, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see how somebody like Mikey's game really translates. Right now, I think this dude's jump shot has gotten a lot better. It's looking pretty smooth, and I think that's one thing you have to be able to do if you're playing at the next level. Think about it, almost everyone can shoot nowadays, and with somebody like Stephen Curry really coming into the league and changing the game of basketball, really to focus more on that three-point shot, definitely even big men are able to shoot the basketball, so you for sure have to have a solid jump shot at the next level, and I think this dude is going to be able to do very well. Now I'm going to be really interested, especially in where he decides to go, but more than that, the type of clout and popularity that the school gets if he does end up going to a college. Imagine somebody, you guys saw somebody like Zion Williamson coming into a school, and you saw how popular, of course Duke was already popular, but when he went there, I'm sure viewership had skyrocketed. And this guy was probably arguably one of the most popular players, if not the most popular player to actually go ahead and play at Duke. And I think that's super interesting because, of course, you know Zion Williamson would have made crazy bread at Duke if he was playing there. This guy was generating millions of dollars for these TV companies, and of course, he was paying the coach's paycheck as well. And who knows, Zion Williamson may have got some bread. You guys know how these things go. A lot of these guys end up getting paid under the table, but that is never proven. Of course, that is alleged. Now, with that being said, somebody like Mikey going to school, I think for sure he can really increase the viewership and the popularity of college basketball, but also have a lot of eyes watching him and the specific school that he does go to. And that's why you see sometimes a lot of these bigger recruits, if they go to small schools, if you look even at somebody like Ja Morant, of course he wasn't the most highly recruited player, but ended up being a star. And how much viewership and how much clout did a place like Murray State get after a while? So I think if Mikey Williams does decide to go somewhere in one of these places, maybe an HBC or even a smaller type of school where he's really the man on the court, the one guy, I think for sure it's going to be super exciting to see how he performs at the college level. Now you guys let me know in the comments down below, how much do you think Mikey's actually going to make once he does end up getting to college? If he's making millions of dollars in high school by now with that recent deal, this dude is destined to make a ton of money, and for sure I don't think money is going to be an object. This dude is about very young and he's already making this type of bread, man. There are only bright future ahead of him. He only has great things coming for him. But man, do you guys think he's actually going to be able to really translate his game to the college level? Of course, he's pretty young right now, one of the highest recruited players, ton of clout, ton of popularity, but we've seen it time and time again, man. You see people like Trayvon Duval, who things never really panned out the way people thought they would. But let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you think I missed anything about this story, man. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to get a new notification every time I upload a new video. Comment down below, man, what do you think about these guys? Let me know in the comments down below. How much money you think Bronny's gonna make as well? It's another guy we are wondering as well. All right, it's LNH and I'm out.